Hello, and welcome to Mr. C's presentation on estimation. It's making things easier on you folks. Learn how to estimate, or at least use estimation. I use it in my head. We're going to go into how to use it more in math later. Today, we're just going to learn what the word estimation means and kind of how to estimate something. Okay, so ask the question. Come on, it's an important one. Why do we need to learn this stuff? Why is estimation important? It makes checking your work in math easy. I kind of just naturally estimate the answer in my head before or after I go through my computations just to check and see if I'm right. If you don't need an exact answer, estimation's okay. Like if someone's like, well, how many cupcakes are we going to need for the party? And it's like, well, if each person eats through, you don't have to go through and figure out an exact answer. If you can say, we need about a certain number, that's estimation. And it gives you a picture in your head of how big a number is. I think estimation helps, especially in grade school. Estimation helps to give you like a place value or like really, okay, how big is that number? I don't know. So those are some good reasons I think that you should learn it. So let's estimate. Okay, I'm going to give you some pictures of some things, and then we're going to use estimation in the pictures. Okay, first one. It's a jar of marbles, and I'm going to estimate, because I'm a master estimator. I'm going to estimate how many marbles are in this jar, and I'm just going to kind of talk through the thought process with you. Okay, so when I see something like this, here, I'll change my colors. And I'm supposed to estimate how many are in here. How many marbles are we dealing with? I kind of layer it. I go, okay, well, if the bottom of this jar was full of marbles, there'd probably be, I don't know, like a dozen, 12. Okay, and now how many layers of 12 do I think I can stack up in here? I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whew. Maybe like 20? 20 or so? Okay, so 20 layers of 12 is about 240 marbles, right? Because 20 times 12 is 240 marbles. So I estimate that there are 240 marbles in that jar. I don't know. I might be close. I might be way off. But an estimation is a good guess. You use logic. You kind of figure it out. I would never estimate, oh, there's 1,000,000 marbles in here. There's not 1,000,000 marbles in here. There's not even close to 1,000,000 marbles in here. And I wouldn't say, oh, there's 10 marbles in here. Look, I can count more than 10 right here. So estimation has to be a good guess. Okay? All right. Let's see. Our next picture. I'm going to estimate how long this table is. Okay, so when I'm talking about how long it is, I'm looking the distance from here to here on the table. I say, well, it looks like you could fit maybe 3 chairs there. Chairs maybe like 1.5 feet, 2 feet wide. Yeah. See, if I were to lay down on that table, I'd probably stretch almost the whole way. I'm going to make a safe estimation. I'm going to say this table is probably about 6 feet long. Okay? Now, I would never say, oh, this table's like a mile long. No. A mile, it's not a mile long. And there is no table that's a mile long unless you're talking about Mesa Verde. Ooh, the green table. But that's a land formation in the western United States. And we're not talking about land formations in the western United States. We're talking about this table. So a mile is a terrible estimate. And I would never say, oh, like 12 inches. No, 12 inches is probably only the distance from here to here. Okay? So I'm saying 6 feet. No, maybe 5 feet, maybe 5.5. Could be 6.5. I don't know. But I think 6 feet is a good estimation. Okay? And let's take a look at one more picture. Watermelon. Oh, does that make your mouth water? Makes my mouth water. Makes me miss summer too. How heavy is this watermelon? I'm going to make an estimate as to how heavy it is. All right, well, I know a bowling ball is like 15 or 16 pounds. And I don't think I've held many watermelons that are as heavy as a 15 or 16 pound bowling ball. I'm going to say 10 pounds. I'm going to make a safe estimation of 10 pounds. I think that's good. Now, obviously, I wouldn't say, I don't know, 3 pounds? 3 pounds is a little small for a watermelon. This watermelon looks big. I mean, I've seen 3-pound watermelons. Don't get me wrong. I've seen them, but they're usually smaller and rounder. This one looks like it's a big watermelon. So I'm gonna say 10 pounds. All right. 20? Nah, that's way too much. 3? Too little. 10? That's kind of right in the middle of the road. I'd say probably average size for a watermelon. This looks like an average size watermelon. So I'm going with 10 pounds. There you go. That's it. Making good guesses in your head, talking it out, thinking it out, weighing, engaging what you see to what you know. See how I took everything that I estimated, I accessed some information in my head. I said, well, I could probably fit 12 marbles in the bottom, and then I layered it. I said, I could probably lay down on that table, and I'm not quite 6 feet tall, it'd probably be a little taller than me. And then I said, okay, well, a bowling ball's about 15 pounds. This is probably lighter. I used things that I knew to make good estimations, and that's what you should do too. So, good luck in your estimating career, I guess. You're going to use this in math a lot of times with numbers. You're going to estimate numbers, but sometimes when you're dealing with probability, you're going to estimate other things as well. So let's go over. Why did we learn this? This just popped up on me. Estimation is a good guess. I took 3 good guesses there. When you estimate, you're making a good guess. It doesn't have to be exact, but you should try to make it as close to the actual number as you can. Okay? You're making a good guess. You're not making a bad guess. You're making a good one. And you can estimate a lot of different things. You can estimate weights and heights and numbers and, I don't know, anything that you can measure, you can estimate. Okay? All right. So, what are you going to do? You are going to try it. I'm going to give you some pictures of some things, and I want you to estimate. Okay? So, first one. Soccer field. Ooh, got any soccer fans out there? I know a lot of my students are soccer fans. How long is this soccer field, do you think? Estimate. How long do you think it is? Okay? Now, soccer fields tend to be longer on one side. So when I'm saying how long is it, I mean the distance from here to here. Okay? How long is that, do you think? All right. Second. Halloween. Okay? How heavy do you think this pumpkin is? Estimate how heavy you think this pumpkin is. Okay? Now, I included this picture of this baby in here too because I thought you might go, let's use how big you think that baby is to compare, okay, how heavy you think that pumpkin is. Remember, we're accessing information that we know about in our heads. And then finally, how many pickles do you think are in this jar? Make a good estimate. Now, there's one rule that I want you to follow while you're making these estimations. Okay, you're writing them down somewhere, and wherever that is, use complete sentences. I want you to use the word estimate each time. Because if you use it, you have a better chance of keeping it in your head at least. All right, so each time you write down your estimates, I want you to write, I estimate that this soccer field is 1,000,000 miles long. Is that a good estimate? I don't know. You be the judge. But at least I used a complete sentence, and I want you to use complete sentences as well. Okay? Estimation's kind of fun, right? Play with it. Have fun with it. Show your grandma, show your mom, show your dad, show your brother, show your sister. Estimate how big your baby brother is. I don't know. Make all sorts of estimations. This is something that can be fun if you play with it. And then we're going to learn the applications of estimation, meaning how we use it in math, next time. All right. I'll see you there.